We have a new episode of Legends and Leaders, and today it's great to have Augusto here. So, you're building something pretty interesting around connection. You've developed this group, this event essentially called SIM Industry Connect, and it's going to
Right.
be in Miami. And it's about blending a lot of the different things to make Miami Miami. You've got the sports, the innovation, you've got music, you have culture, you've got nightlife. I mean, there's lots of different interesting elements here you're bringing together in one. So I'm excited to have you here, talk about your background, talk about what you're up to.
Thank you. First of all, thank you for the opportunity, Ben. Greetings to your amazing audience. So, yeah, we've been working in this project basically the last 8 months nonstop. And we came with this idea to really, with a very and important purpose, to really bridge industries within an event. So I've been, very fortunate to attend to many of different seminars, business conference, business summits, and I think it's an amazing experience. However, those events tend to last 1 or 3 days, and whatever you can get on the only on those days, it's the most that you can get. So Sim Industry Connect is basically the opposite. These 2 days that we're doing right now is just the kickoff for the next 12 months. So it's completely the opposite. We're starting with these two events that will lead us into a 12-month program. During that 12-month program, we will have master classes. We can connect with these honorees, new guests. We will have happenings, networking events. So it's like an ongoing process. So this is the purpose that we're building this. Also, what we got the inspiration is that in December 2021, I managed to attend to a program to the Harvard Business School. It was an amazing experience, living in the dorms, getting into the classrooms. But one of the things that really made me realize how important the networking is that I was, 2 seats away from it. It was A-Rod, Alex Rodriguez, the former baseball player, now an amazing businessman, or Larry Fitzgerald, the NFL wide receiver from the Arizona Cardinals, combined, with top executives, and it was great, the networking, the energy. And I said, after living this experience, you don't need to go to Harvard or any of these programs to get access, to athletes, to entrepreneurs, to top executives. So that's why we wanted to create Sim Industry Connect. It's a platform where you can connect with different leaders from different industries, and obviously with the intention to continue building, developing, inspiring, and helping each other, because these industries are so interconnected that the more that we can build together the future, the output will be totally more impressive, and with a lot of more support that we will be giving to all of these new generations, and also to all the people that is very involved into these industries day to day.
Mhm. So why Miami? Why pick Miami to have your event? And what do you love about Miami that's great for business networking and all that?
I think Miami. It's a beautiful city, and in the past 5 years, I think it has grown so much, so much. Now it's a very complete and diverse and very tech savvy now. Financial. So it's a whole combination of everything. It's like the epicenter right now of all these new tendencies, technology. Also, what I love is that the culture, about here is that very intercultural. You see people from all over the world in here,
Mhm.
and it's a hub where everything is happening. Here you can really feel that people are willing to pay the price to create, to connect. And I think this is the magic city why is giving this kind of opportunity. So the partners that we're working with this project also believe in the potential of this event, and of the purpose that we're trying to build. And Miami is just the perfect setting to achieve this first edition. We're not gonna do this in a traditional hotel. We're gonna host this a networking event in the JW Marriott Marquis, in the Baloo Suite, very unique, very fancy restaurant, as a networking event with the honorees, with the special guests. But this is just the warm up, and then the next day we're gonna do the event in the Frost Science. It's in the museum. So in there is, you see, beautiful planetarium, completely the look and feel, the setting, completely non-traditional of a normal business conference. So we will have in there surprise performances, artists performing, um, obviously the expert panels, speakers, the keynote presentations in a very unique setting, very intimate. And at the end, we're gonna party like Miami knows how to do it, like very high energy in the aquarium inside the museum, the venue. So it's a very unique setting. And again, this is just what Miami, it's just the tip of the iceberg of what really Miami reflects to the people, and to the opportunities that we're trying to create in here. So very happy to host the first edition in here.
So
And
can you
also it
just
is our home, it's a hometown right
yeah.
now where the company is based. And a lot of the honorees, a lot of the people, the celebrities that we're inviting, they live in here. So it's a perfect place to do it, this type of events.
Are you able to announce yet or share even who's confirmed or any of the interesting talks you're excited about or people that are coming, stuff like that?
Yes, yes. Actually, everyone that is watching this, you can go to simindustryconnect.com, and there's the list of the honorees. But in a nutshell, we are having, for example, Laura Biondo. She's a professional soccer freestyler, 15 times world record Guinness. Imagine that, 15 times. We have retired athletes. We have Latin Grammy winners from the music industry, producers. We have also top executives, people that manage to sell their companies in millions of dollars and then are even 30 years old. So this is the type of things that we're trying to combine the sports, these retired athletes, and they are now looking to see in what they can invest or to continue developing their legacy. This is a place so that you can connect with them. Or the artists, if they want to continue building their career or getting into these new markets, is the perfect place to continue developing that. So yeah, it's a combination of 20 honorees that will be there from all over the world. And again, this is the magic of Miami, because most of them live in Miami. And you can see, yeah, it's a great combination. So in the website, you can see a short bio, the pictures, and why we're picking them as the honorees. Because
Mhm.
obviously, to be an honoree, you need to have like a certain checklist to be considered as an honoree for the impact they're doing in their fields. So this is a part to celebrate their journey while also giving more to these amazing industries that we are in by sharing experiences, best practices, analyzing case studies. But most important is like to really have these conversations that we really need to have, because sometimes these type of conferences are more like just high level good things just for a good picture and the networking. But in here the purpose is the conversations and what are the problems that we're facing within the industries, how technology is affecting in a good way or in a bad way the music industry, how it's going to be handled, the copywriting, or what is the new tendencies for the live events. So we're going to tackle all of these type of topics, very interesting ones that we need to analyze, and again continue to exploring what is the best way to continue doing this cross collaboration between the industries.
So can you talk a bit about your background? Like, how did your interest in building an event like this even happen? What kind of led to this type of, of just your ability to execute as an operator, to build something like this? I mean, this is a serious deal to put this on. Can you talk a bit about that?
Yes, and I've been in the entertainment industry for 15 years, over 15 years now, and
Wow.
12 years, I work for Sony Music Entertainment for the music label, and it's been a great journey with my former major label company. It was a great. I managed to create amazing connections, to learn a lot, to obviously develop my professional career. That's how I managed to get into the U.S. I'm from Mexico, and I've been here in the U.S. for 8 years now. I work as in the brand partnership slash business development department. So I've been, climbing the ladder since I started in that company. It's a great journey. Then I moved to another one, to an independent music label called Saban Music Group. I was there for 1 year, and then that company was sold by the owner. It was acquired by Virgin Music, which is
Hmm.
part of Universal. And after that, that's how I decided, okay, this is the perfect time after 15 years, to pursue your own journey, to make a reality all those dreams, all those ideas that you have. And for me, the most important thing is to find these things that have a lot of purpose, to keep connecting or to keep helping, to keep inspiring, to keep making things a reality, not only from the perspective of creating an event or a business, but how can really, make an impact within the industry. So me, alongside with an amazing team, we started, writing into this blank paper and putting the ideas of the names, what could be, who can be the honorees, why they will be the best ones to do it, who can be supporting the event. And yeah, you're starting to create and build a puzzle, which is it's very hard to take all of these pieces all together. But again, with an amazing team and with determination, consistency, and believing in the project, everything keeps the progress as it should be. So it's been a tough journey so far since I started as an entrepreneurial journey, but very satisfied with the results so far. And this is the way to go. I mean, if you really want to achieve your own things, you gotta hustle, you gotta be consistent, and you gotta keep connecting with this, with the network, that you have so far.
Yeah, you've been able to build up a pretty amazing network to put an event like this together. It's not, it doesn't just happen in 5 seconds. Like this takes time.
It's totally so, and that's true, because when I decided to start thinking who will be those honorees, most of them are on my cell phone. So it just calling them, and maybe if I wanted to do this thing before, I just needed more experience, more opportunities to create a bigger network, and everything falls into pieces once it's your time, for sure.
Mhm. What's it like now, essentially running a startup, like a new company? What's that kind of experience like for you? Because you also like you have that entertainment background, you understand what that's like, but this also has some different elements to it as well. And doing it in Miami, that area it's now become a startup hub.
No, obviously, the first thing that I needed to change is my mindset, because when you're an employee, you have a lot of benefits, right? And maybe a lot of them you can take it even for granted. For example, you have a cell phone, you have your medical insurance. But once I switched into an entrepreneurial journey, I told my wife, okay, so which cell phone plan do you want to hire, or do we want to have, or which medical insurance plan? So all those things that for a lot of people that work in corporates or companies, it's very common. So for me, it was just at that simple example changed everything. So it's hard, obviously, because now everything relies on you. That means if you don't want to work one day, you can do it for sure. You don't have to ask for permission to nobody. But again, everything depends on you. So you really need to build this discipline, this consistency, and to never lose the focus of the purpose of why you're doing this. That keeps you on the right path, because obviously there's a lot of distractions, and also the financial part, right? Because it's not easy to put an event of this magnitude. We wanted to do the first one as a very solid, not too big. This is a very exclusive 250 attendees, but with a high premium venue, the experience, everything is covered, the beverage, the food, the experiences. So I needed to work correctly during all these years for my finances, for my finances to be on the right place, and also all my experience within the sponsors, with the brand partnership that I made in the past, and trying to get them on board so they can support, with this event cost that it's obviously very important, that sum. But again, it's the only way. If you want to really create something valuable to the people, that's the price that you gotta pay. Not only with the money, only with your time, only with your mindset, and all the things that you need to sacrifice in order to achieve into the other side. Which is this is the journey of every entrepreneur, but totally worth it.
100%. It's awesome that you're doing it. That you've made it come to life. It's a big step in the right direction.
And sorry, one thing is that
Yeah,
sometimes you see, or you maybe are too hard with yourself. But if you take a look 6 months ago, there was nothing before. So
right.
everything is being created from scratch. So maybe I can tell, and somebody asked me, what is a success to you mean?
Mhm.
And for me, it's more than that. Not only the economic part, it's how we can manage to create things with a high purpose that can leave an impact into the people that is going to attend to the event.
100%. When you think about just like the way events need to be done today, like yeah, you mentioned just different kind of venues that you're going to be doing and also the structure room. Can you like dive a little bit deeper into like what you think is just missing at typical events connection wise, like why people maybe aren't able to connect in the way they should be, how you're trying to solve that here?
I think now the events are tending more to be more personalized. I think the more can you personalize the experience to each one of the attendees,
Yeah.
that will make the difference. Now, obviously, with this very small, intimate, but very high profile and very curated to this audience, we're thinking in every detail since they're when they're buying their ticket, all this type of journey until they arrive to the venue, everything is personalized. Their welcome kits personalized, their seats are personalized. Everything we ask them, like, are you allergic to any type of food? So those type of things that when you go to an event, is it is what it is. You can get whatever you can get in there, and that's it, right? But in here, we're really trying to personalize the experience the more than we can do, so we can leave this amazing feeling. Because if I take this, that's the way I would like to live an event. So we're trying to build a very personalized experience since the very beginning when somebody purchases a ticket, decides to go and invest their time into this event, and then the 12 months that are going to come after that, and how they're going to be part of this very exclusive network. And hopefully the intention is, besides obviously the great experience, for me it's they can get something valuable for them, for their business, for their connection. And if something happens because of sim, meaning a business opportunity, a real connection, or bold conversations that created something positive, that's a huge win for me.
Yeah. 100%. Do you see it staying like this kind of, 250 people you're talking about like that? Like what does the kind of future of sim look like?
We have the mindset of thinking big, but start small. That's the reality. So we're very hands-on in inviting the right people to the project, in really getting to this segmentation that we want to invite to the project. And then once we've managed to have this one as a solid foundation, then everything will start coming as a with like a domino effect. So we're starting with this. So if you add up, there's another important thing. We're planning to do a journey of 5 events of Sim
Mhm.
Industry Connect in different cities. So the first one is in Miami, the next one will be in LA, New York, Mexico City, and in
Mhm.
Madrid, in Spain. So obviously the intention is that every time we do another event, we're gonna put the bar up and up, and getting more people involved. Because in every idea or project, the first step to achieve or to make a reality is make it a reality. That's the first point. It sounds like dumb, but it's a reality. Just to make that action come to life, it's really hard. But I think the story that we managed to create is very responsible, obviously, but at the end with aiming to the future while scaling by every event that we do. So probably for the fifth event that we're gonna host, hopefully will be 250, at least 1,000 in situ, in the venue, plus all the things that are going to happen around the 12 months, because from there will be for sure more events, more people involved, that we will be impacting a lot more people, not only for the actual people that can go to the event, but also for the content that we will be sharing after these events for social media and the platforms that we're preparing for the event too.
Yeah. Just the last question that I have, like, if you look at the event after it happens and you want to like judge what a success is for you, like what is that criteria, would you say, when after the event occurs? Like what is that success?
No, that first one, it's obviously we managed to create an impact in the people. And you can see in there, I've been invited to give speeches and keynote presentations into universities, to companies, and you can see those reactions when somebody really, or you manage to create an impact. But for me, it will be that for sure, if we manage to create that impact in the community with this event. Because we are also involving uh, local partners in here, the Miami Downtown Development Authority. We're in conversations with them, local businesses. So if we manage to create impact around this event for the community and to create more opportunities around Sim Industry Connect, that's a huge win. And obviously, if we manage to create, like I mentioned before, something valuable for the attendings, meaning if they manage to secure a contract with a company, or an artist manage to have a new management because they knew this agency in the event. So when we create these real connections, that's where we are happy, and that we're fulfilling the purpose that we're trying to do. Not really the part of the economic part, because I believe that if we manage to create the right things that we're trying to pursue with the objectives of this event and the community, everything else regarding the economic part will fall into place. It should be as a reward, you know.
Totally. And that's what will happen. I appreciate you taking the time and doing this, I guess. So I think it's fantastic what you're doing, and there's definitely a need for something more personalized, more intimate, that brings people together and gives them the opportunity to just have really authentic conversations. And I'm looking forward to seeing what happens in Miami and how you build this up. And thanks for taking the time and coming on.